Hi, this is JD Movie Review. Today I'll be doing my last movie review for the summer for Kick-Ass 2. Anyway, a brief synopsis of the film. So it's continuing obviously off of the first Kick-Ass. With the story of Kick-Ass and then Hit Girl and stuff like that. And this one deals a lot with how they have inspired now even more superheroes to start coming out and and doing good stuff for the community. Not just going out there fighting crime, but they actually do community service like that, try better their community. So it's really cool, how this whole thing about them, inspiring other superheroes. And then of course then we have the character, Red Mist from the first film is now he's transformed himself into a supervillain and is putting together his own super or villain, league. And of course, it's supposed to build up. These two forces clash together for a big fight scene, so like that at the end. Um, so my thoughts in the film then. Um, Overall, I like the film, but for the first 30-40 minutes, I was actually pretty bored because they go a lot into this whole thing about how Hit Girl is trying to um, learn how to be just a regular teenage girl, and I didn't really care for this whole transition, her trying to be normal and stopping the crime fighting, because she was pretty much the best part of the first film. All of her fight scenes really made that movie, and I kind of find it funny too that she's the reason why most people like the film, despite the fact it is called Kick-Ass, and he hardly has any good fight scenes. And it's also kind of something I was hoping to see improvements on, because you would think that it's his name being Kick-Ass, you'd see him kick ass. And this one, they made it seem like, from what I've read about the comic book, and also from what you've probably seen in the trailers, is that he's going to get trained by, Hit Girl, and hopefully actually learn how to, be able to fight and stuff like that and defend himself. And he didn't really improve as much as I thought. And, a really good example, and here's now where I'm going to let you know that there's going to be some spoilers, sorry. Um, there's a really good example of this when he's walking down this alleyway, and he's dressed up like a pimp, and he's purposely trying to basically get someone to try and mug him or attack him or something, just so he can try to see how well he can defend himself. And at first he actually looks like he's doing pretty well, and then he gets overpowered by all these people, and he starts getting his butt kicked again. And it's funny because then Hit Girl, she finally steps in to save him. And it's just like the first one. If you remember the scene where he's in, I guess, I don't know what you want to call it, the crack den, and he first meets Hit Girl, he's just cowered in the corner. And it's the same thing in this scene. He's just cowered in this, alleyway in the corner, watching her, beat up everybody and saving him again. But it does get better. He does get better. There'll be some better fight scenes after that, but I was really expecting more improvement on his part, becoming more of a legitimate superhero. Like I said, it does build up to him being better, but I thought it was going to be a little bit better than that. But besides that, though, transformation-wise, physically, the dude looks awesome. In fact, I remember when I had seen him in Savages, that actor. At first I didn't even recognize him, and then I got a good look at him, and then started looking past the facial hair and stuff like that, because he has a completely different kind of look, and I was like, oh my god, that's the dude that plays Kick-Ass. Completely looks different in that film, and you see he already in that film really built up and buff and stuff like that, and I didn't think it'd be believable to see him go back to that same character that he plays in Kick-Ass. It's wow. He's completely transformed. I don't even think I'm going to be able to find it believable that he can play, this weak, scrawny character anymore. And he totally pulled it off. He still is, kind of that kind of goofy, weak character, but now he's, built up, and he's, starting to look physically like a real superhero. And I thought that was just absolutely awesome. Just to see him, get totally ripped and stuff like that, and start really looking the part as a superhero. So that's one thing I liked. this one's a little bit dark compared to other ones, and I thought they found some in certain parts like some good comedic balance, but I felt in certain places it got too dark for me. Um, but it's not really that big though. Another thing that I really enjoyed out of the film though is one of the new supervillains they brought in, like, it's part of you know the mother effort, I'll say, because I'm gonna try and keep it PC. His villain, league. I don't know, it's called the Toxic, Mega Bleep Bleep, but his whole like his name and like the name of his villain group is all not really PC, so I don't really want to say it out loud. Um, anyway, but he has this one villain on it is in his group called Mother Russia, and when I read about it from the comic books, um, she just sounds awesome. Like, they don't even have this backstory in the movie, but just paint a picture for you how badass she sounds. I wanted to tell you about what I read about her, like, her background from the comic book, is that she's supposed to be ex-Spetsnaz, who was the I believe the Russian president's head security guard. And the reason why she's ex, and also I believe she was excommunicated from her country, was because one night she gets drunk while playing poker with the other guards, and gets accused of cheating, goes insane, and kills everybody. So because of that, she's fired, and then she's excommunicated from Russia, and she's basically supposed to be the evil version of Hit Girl. Only if Hit Girl was about, like, I'd say 7 foot tall and just completely ripped. This woman, she is a physical beast. The scenes with her, like, almost, like, outdo Hit Girl in the first film, I'd say. But, of course, since she's supposed to be the evil version of Hit Girl eventually has to kick her ass. So, obviously, Hit Girl's better, in a way, sort of. She has enhancements to beat her this time, but I don't want to go that way. But yeah, that was probably one of the bigger highlights of the whole film. Was the fighting with Mother Russia and Hit Girl, and just the scenes in general where you just see Mother Russia totally just kick ass. But yeah, so yeah, overall I like the film. I'm not gonna give it like super high score. I'd say about 3.5 out of 5. And overall rating for my top 3 films, I'd actually put it third behind first Star Trek Into Darkness and then Man of Steel. So yeah, it's last but not least of my top 3. So yeah, really good. Anyway, just to wrap things up, I give a honorable mention to one other film I got to see recently. We're the Millers. I would say maybe good family comedy, but it's not for young ages. I wouldn't suggest it. If you have like family of 13 and up with your kids, I would say then yeah, you could totally bring your kids. It's probably semi-appropriate for like at least over 13. But yeah, I thought it was a good comedy. A lot of funny jokes and stuff like that. I think it'd be a good time, to go out and watch group people, friends, whatnot. So yeah, this will be the last one for the summer. Probably won't get around to any other ones because I'm going to be busy with finishing up classes, for my next semester coming up. So this will be me signing out. And thanks for whoever of you been watching. If there's not a lot, so long.